to Talk Birdie To Me with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Titleist, they're the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy are the number one shoe and glove in golf. Driving a BMW is like hitting a perfect shot, smooth, controlled and powerful. Ping, they'll help you play your best. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie To Me.
G'day everybody, welcome to the program. This is a Talk Birdie To Me mini, and Nick, as usual, we've got no idea what's coming our way.
No clue.
No. Well, this is a good one, this one. And the reason
As opposed to the rest?
No, they're all good. But the reason I thought we do this one as a mini is because this question or a variance of this question comes up quite a lot.
Okay.
So it'd be really good to spend some time on this and have a bit of a chat about it. So this comes from Fred. Fred has said, "Hey guys, love the show and I listen to it on my drive to work in Brisbane each week. I'd like your thoughts on how to avoid a blow-up or two in a round. My last couple of rounds have included 12 birdies and an eagle, so some pretty decent golf.
Wow.
But there's also been 5 bogeys, which I understand happen, but 3 holes out of the 36 where the good old Stableford format has presented the dreaded pickup. I'm a middle-aged, fortnightly playing scratch marker, and I get that practice might help, but kids and wife are also important. And I've found the life groove to still play okay, stay happily married, and make the kids' netball games. But what I can't understand and can't get over is how the hell can you go from the Scotty Scheffler show and stringing a run of birdies together to be then come Captain Hook for a couple of shots and almost miss the golf course, killing a great round. Stableford is annoying, but stroke is where the honours board pain is, with triples or quads a massive worry. What's more important when you're close to something but have a massive miss? Is it the mental stuff or the technical stuff that you think I should focus on? Thank you, boys."
You're right, Dan. It is a very good one. And it's right up our alley because I love this stuff.
Yeah, it's like trying to find the secret sauce, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of things, quite often trying to get rid of it. Like, for instance, the 13th hole at my golf club, there's a bit of rubbish on the right.
Good little par 4 then, I like it.
That's right. A lot of rubbish on the right, but it is worthwhile hitting driver as far down as you can, just because it's a tricky little green.
Get the angle.
That's right. So, for instance, in that hole, if I'm playing well, the first thing I do when I step on that tee is don't go right. That's what I think. Don't go right, don't go right, don't go right. All right, so it happens all the time. But in that situation, I get right across to the right-hand side of the tee in that situation. And I make sure that I tee up the ball a little bit behind the tee markers, very close to the right-hand tee marker. And that tee marker is almost in the way. It's in my line.
Right.
And I hit the ball left of that tee marker.
Sure.
And just visually, it works, but it feels safe when I do something like that. So that's one situation, Nick, and I reckon you've probably got 10 going around in your head. So if you've got that one hole where you always hit it to the right or you always hit it to the left, where you tee up and how you use the left or the right tee marker is very helpful.
Yeah. So on those holes where if they're happening the pickups, for example, regularly on the same holes, well, then it's a matter, okay, strategy-wise, how do I eliminate those things? And what you're saying is absolutely spot on. And maybe if it's a difficult par 4, you may go, you know what, I'm just going to play for a 5.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm quite happy with a 5 because even though you're off scratch, Fred, I know that's really good, by the way.
You're a good player.
It's just the 1 point, but it's not the dreaded pickup, as we know. The fact that you can play like Scotty Scheffler and then maybe like Happy Gilmore every now and then.
What do you say? You can throw in a couple of Dr. Hooks.
Which is a couple of Dr. Hooks.
It's good.
We're all human. We're not perfect. I always bring things back in the game to the pre-shot routine. For me, that really is, in a way, the secret sauce to the game because what you do before you hit a golf ball, you can control those things. After the ball's gone, you can't. And what tends to happen, probably 90% of bad shots or bad holes, it's because we're thinking too much. Okay, we're thinking about the wrong thing. You're thinking about not hitting it right, for example. So you've built in a mechanism to prevent that, which is great.
Well, just to lower the anxiety.
Lower it.
I think doing what I said before about the tees just lowers that anxiety, which we all get when you're playing well.
Yeah. And you almost need a fairway finder every now and then as well.
That's right.
Figure out how to hit a low driver every now and then. That's a really good shot to have in the bag. But going back to the pre-shot routine, once you walk into the ball and you're over it, the thinking has gone out the window. There's no more thinking. It's more just feeling, reacting, executing. Now, that's an easy thing to say, but again, watch the pros on TV. It's amazing if you watch them and the process they go through while they're over the ball. It will never change. And some of them may be having a couple of thoughts through their head, but very rarely are they actually thinking while they're over the ball. They're just locked in on their target. They know exactly what they're trying to do. They're very clear. They're very committed. And that's the really important part is they're committed to what they're trying to do. The bad stuff happens because you're indecisive or you're unsure about something, and that's when you have those pickup holes. It happens to me as well. I mean, I had a couple of pickups the other day playing your club. It's just one of those things. You get over the ball and you go, I'm not quite feeling good here. I should back away, but I don't. And then you just hit it and, all of a sudden you got to wipe.
So. You start backing away in social rounds and you kind of feel like an idiot, don't you?
Exactly.
How seriously am I going to take it?
So what I would say is, put it this way, the best way to do it is take more time behind the ball so that you can think through your decision about what you want to do. Take more time there and then less time over the ball. And I think that will help you play a bit freer and a bit more committed golf, number one. Committed golf is really key. And at the same time, if you have the odd pickup, it does happen in the game. I mean, it happens to Scotty Scheffler and all those players. They're going to have a bogey or a double bogey every now and then. But it's how you bounce back from it. That's the real key.
I also think with the pickups, and this is where your game was elite, is that if you've only got a small amount of things that you can practice, if you're not practicing half wedges, then you're crazy. Because when you do feel a captain hook on the way, and let's say you're in there, quite often if you know you're no good with the wedges, you'll try a hero shot to try and get it somewhere near where you can make a par.
Yep.
But if you are very, very confident with your half wedge game, the decision's right there for you. I'm just chipping out.
Pitch it out, wedge it on.
I'm going to hit my wedge to 6 foot, and I'm going to hold my 6 foot up. So there is that as well. I don't know what you practice these days, but
nothing.
When I go and practice, I still love practicing. I know you do. I enjoy it.
I know. Yeah.
I enjoy it, but I can't do it for long.
I actually need to start practicing because of a tournament I got coming up.
That's right. Well, good. You need to.
I need to.
But I can't practice for hours and hours and hours like I did. But what I do is most of it is with my wedges.
And you got a great area there at Kingston Heath.
Great area at Kingston Heath. Yeah. I hit wedges. I hit a 6 irons. I hit a few full court press drivers, where I go and do my whole routine.
Yeah,
I only do 3 of them. So I think that's really important to do that. Pitching and chipping, they are the saviour of the dreaded P or the pickup.
Yes.
That you're talking about,
I
Fred.
totally agree. Short game is where it's really at. Yeah, exactly. It's funny, US Opens were my favourite event because if I missed a fairway, it's funny, in US Opens, the thickest rough is just off the fairway.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it gets thinner because where the ground's gone. Now, for a while there, they started doing graduated rough, and I actually liked that because I thought, well, if I just miss, well, then I'm okay.
It's not a big deal.
My coach, Neil, he used to say, you're too accurate a driver of the golf ball because if you do miss a fairway, you're a foot off or a yard off. You're not 20 yards off where it's actually much easier to play from.
Where you just got a sandy lie or
So I just used to, miss a fairway on those thick, rough golf courses. I'd just hack it out, have a wedge in. Half the time I'd probably get it up and down. And I'd just move to the next and away we go.
Yeah.
So,
well, you'd know probably, and I know that when I played my best golf, my wedges were so sharp.
Oh, yeah.
They were crazy sharp, and, anything from 10 foot and in, I was very confident of making it, and that's when you're playing well. But, and like I said, those pickups, the hero shot, you don't hit as many hero shots when you're sharp with the wedges.
Very true.
The other thing about Fred's email that I thought was interesting was Fred said, I'm a scratch marker, but he only plays fortnightly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That seems to be quite extraordinary.
No, it's really good golf.
That's unbelievable.
It's brilliant golf.
Really good.
And obviously a very sporty character.
Yeah.
Did you ever find yourself, Nick, with everything that you've done and known, just telling yourself to get out of your own way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's when
think-
I was playing well.
That's right. So can you expand on this? Because I don't think this particular subject is spoken about enough. You've done all the work behind the ball. You're sharp. You're playing well.
Yep.
And you're coming into the ball and you don't want to trip over your own feet.
Yeah.
All right?
I've just got to stay upright.
You've just got to stay upright and just stay out of your own way. So what were you doing? What were you thinking?
Well, those are the zone-like days where you have a round where you just think, you're just telling yourself, don't think, because all I've got to do is stand over this ball and I know it's going to go where I want it to go. Whereas if I'm over the ball going, well, yeah, if I just do this or I start thinking about it, then the bad stuff comes in. So
if I can just hit this fairway, I'll be right. You know, that's sort of stupid thinking. It gets in the way of of executing what you're trying to do.
I would say one of the hardest things to get across to golfers that play at club level or any level, to be honest, is when they're on the golf course to not think of a technical thought in their swing. That's what practice is for.
Yep.
That's what the range is for, the short game area. You do your technical stuff there so that when you're out in the course, you don't have to worry about it. Now, you may want to have a feeling in the swing of maybe something you've been working on, but nothing technical. Nothing like, I've got to put it in this position, I've got to rotate to the here, or I've got to get my left wrist cupping, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
For me, my feeling was always complete the backswing or just a smooth takeaway or something like that along rhythm lines. Nothing that's going to make me think about anything, if that makes sense. Now, for most golfers out there, when they start playing poorly and they get the big duck hooks or the big blocks or they start hitting some side ones, I can see them, they're rehearsing the golf swing. They're, what am I doing here? And they're taking practice swings. And it's like, no, forget about it. Walk up to your ball, find it, pitch it out, just swing away again, focus on the shot, the target and all that. But when you start doing technique out on the golf course, it's really hard. And what I usually say is, when you play your best rounds, what are you thinking of? Not a lot.
Not much.
I'm in great rhythm. I'm seeing my target. Away we go.
Not much.
When you have your worst rounds, what are you thinking of? A million different things.
Yeah.
So take that out onto the course if you can.
You're making me think about the old days. I know in my first year as a pro, I played well in the first tournament and I missed a lot of cuts in a row. In those days, it was always a Monday qualifier. So I missed like 14 cuts in a row. After finishing 8th in my first tournament. But I made 14 Mondays in a row.
I was going to say.
And here's
what's the difference?
Well, one of the things that I thought when I got there, a lot of the time I didn't have a practice round. So I didn't know the dangers. So I would quite often get up on the 14th hole and I didn't know that there was a creek on the left. I had no idea.
No how to do those out of bounds over there.
So I just get up on the 14th hole and just smoke it down the middle. And I get down there, I'm thinking, geez, I'm glad I didn't know about that creek on the left. Right.
Well, it got me thinking.
So these are the stupid things. Yeah. This is what you've got to navigate when anxiety hits you on the golf course.
It's funny. Remember how they don't do it anymore, I don't think, is the 4th spot on a Monday for the PGA Tour. Yeah. It's amazing how low those rounds are, 8, 9 unders get in on the Monday.
Yep.
Hardly any of those 4 ever make the cut.
That's right.
Same deal with what you're talking about.
That's it.
Yeah, because all of a sudden the game changes.
The game changes. You've had 2 practice rounds. You know every square inch of this golf course.
You've over-prepared.
And now you know not to go right on 13 and you know not to go left on 12. And you trip over yourself.
Yeah. Well, my hat goes off to Fred. If his last name's Funk, well done, Fred. You had a good career.
Fred Funk.
That was a really
Fred
good
Funk
question.
is these days.
Fred Tilden is his name.
Good on you, Fred.
Yeah, he's a ripper.
Very good.
Thanks for the message, Fred. That was a ripper and some great advice there too. That's the mini for today, guys.
Beautiful. And by the way, if you want to subscribe or follow us, go to your socials, wherever you do that, and click away.
It all helps.
Click away.
It all helps.
Especially on YouTube. You'll get every single episode. We'll see you next time, folks.
Talk Birdie To Me with Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen comes live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our fantastic partners, Titleist is the clear #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping, they'll help you play your best. Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and maybe leave a review. Talk Birdie To Me's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, with sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie To Me.